They're probably going to get a little bit more out of that once the fights get going, and Strangelove doing a good job protecting his team with that defense matrix so far.
Yeah, and I will say this, Jay landed 2 hooks that were broken by line of sight, which is highly unfortunate. Okay, now he gets a big hook onto Dr. Strangelove, but Magi with the May wall just so on point, stopping the confirm onto the DMAC.
I mean, that's a big part of why May is seeing so much play right now. The defensive abilities with that wall, you can make some kind of game-saving plays for your team. Like we see out of Magi there, he's got the Blizzard ready to go, and Weeaboo caught up in front of the wall. He's gonna throw out that ultimate now. Can the cleanup come through for Bjorn?
Yeah, and now Strangelove actually gets a big kill onto Jav. It was a good opening there with Timmy falling, but unfortunately for LSG, they were taken out by the superior firepower of Bjorn, who committed half of their ultimates, but they still have 3 to work with. That being said, Love Shack Gaming is about to have 3 of them, and they're just going to let them rip.
Yeah, finally, Javerick gets some pay dirt with that hook, breaks out the whole hog as well. Now going in for the cleanup with the rest of his team. How quickly can they get this done? Look at us committing the Death Blossom here. It does get the double kill. Bjorn looking to fight this one back.
Yeah, Bjorn's doing what they can. Now, even if Love Shack Gaming is able to capture here, they're in one-fight territory.
And I'm not sure they're even going to be able to do it right now. It's Lita surrounded on all sides by Love Shack, or by Bjorn members. And they're getting the cleanup. Lucanhas on the point with this Reaper, laying down so much damage into anyone trying to make their way onto the point. How long can they last?
Well, and Strangelove with that Diva is just throwing up the defense matrix every time a hook comes in. So he prevents any real follow-up damage, and then the team just dives in onto the Roadhog, shuts him down, and that's that.
Certainly, they really kind of farmed Ivreck a lot in terms of building up ultimate charge off of that Roadhog. The amount of, just the health pool there is ridiculous, and it allows Bjorn to really take advantage of that. Lucanhas especially, just so much damage as Love Shack are trying to push through the choke.
Oh, yeah, not gonna farm fresh ham going for him, and yeah, I guess we'll see what happens here on tower. Usually you see some Pharah play here. Lucanhas almost seems to be anticipating that. We saw them do this the last time they were on this point, and we'll see if it plays out for them this time. They got Tex on the enemy side as far as DPS goes with the Symmetra, going to use that cheeky little teleport right onto the point immediately there. Throws down all 3 turrets.
Yeah, so they get to bunker up here on the point and kind of get set up. Now the hook onto Strangelove is going to secure the DMAC there, and an early advantage for Love Shack Gaming.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how this one plays out for the team. Tex throwing out their walls and their turrets to try and find damage to prevent any flanking. He's doing a good job of that. But Lucas runs in, throws down the stun grenade, and just gets erased before he can do anything with it.
God, that amplification matrix coming out from Nayun so early into this round gives them a great advantage to clean up that first fight. And this time Love Shack gonna get off on the right foot, get the first flip. They're gonna have several ultimates online coming up shortly. The whole hog, the wall out from Tex, as well as that nano.
Well, and speaking of feet, do we think we're going to see Dr. Strangelove switch over to the Sigma here, or will he stick with the Diva to try and counter pick Jay on the hog?
I mean, that seems to be the direction that they're going right now. Matriarch gonna open up with that Blizzard, and Timmy unleashes the Coalescence as well. They're trying to get proactive here, and even that wall not gonna be enough to protect the defenders as they're just getting run over by Bjorn right now. Love Shack gonna get expelled from the point pretty quickly, about 50% on the board for them.
Yeah, Luke is just popping off right now. And what was the phrasing you used? Proactive? Yeah, they're cleaning up this point like Proactive cleans up teenagers' faces.
Yeah, but Hex uses the teleporter to help his teammates get back into the fight. They're at least getting some stall out of this. And Jayfrick and Weeaboo have managed to buy plenty of time They've gotten some kills in the meantime. Will eventually go down. Another
How?
teleporter there.
Actually, how are they pulling this back? Like, that fight was 100% lost,
I
and they're
don't
just
think they're.
coming back and taking this.
I mean, they're not going to win the fight at the end of the day. They will get cleaned up, but they get 80% off the board when they had functionally lost that fight at around 50. That's 30%. That's huge in control because now we are very realistically looking at one and then like a rushed engagement from Bjorn at the very end. They have very little wiggle room here.
Yeah, if they had managed to get between 5 and 7 more percent, that would have been one fight for them. But unfortunately, they'll have to be okay with 80. Not that you can really be complaining about stalling out by 30%. But Bjorn Academy looking very strong on defense here. Once they picked up this point, Lita's going to immediately jump into the hole, go for that reset. They need to get back into this fight as soon as possible.
And once again, I mean, we saw the attempt there with the teleporter to get the quick engagement, and the idea is good for. Oh, Love Shack Javerick pulling Matt off of the map there, getting a 65 for his team, and now the whole hog coming out.
Yeah, and now we're seeing the pieces kind of come together for Love Shack Gaming. Not a whole lot coming out there from Luke and Haas's Deadeye, but he is going to go in the back, throw it on a big stun grenade, finds 3, then moves around to try and deal with the Mei, but they're just getting, a classic pincer maneuver, and yeah, it looks like they're getting forced off the point now. We're going to see the flip back, 80% on the board for Love Shack Gaming, 70% for Bjorn Academy.
And now if you're Bjorn, it's literally going to be kind of Strangelove to get there at the end to contest this. They're going to break out a sim of their own to try to get in here in a timely fashion to get the whole team in for a contest. But, Love Shack is there to try to prevent this from happening.
They've got the contest, but there's a freeze in play. Luke and Haas just doing what they can, try and melt the enemy team, and Bjorn actually looks like they may be able to make this happen. The flip might be coming through with 99% on the board for Love Shack Gaming. I feel a 99-99 coming on. I don't know.
That's where we're headed. There's really no way for Love Shack to get a flip before then. So we are going in that direction, and they used quite a few resources to try to win that last fight, the nano boost, as well as that Symmetra wall. So they're gonna have to push back in here. They will have the supercharger, the blizzard, as well as that amp matrix. But this is this fight is completely up for grabs.
Yeah, and they're electing not to go with the Symmetra for this last fight, choosing to use a Reaper instead. They are going to have 3 ultimates in this fight, provided that Weeble and Lita stay up, and they do. Naeun pops the application immediately. Out comes the Blizzard, just everything getting thrown in the second it becomes available. The wall from Symmetra goes out, but the kills are going in the way of Bjorn Academy. And Bjorn Academy, with a team kill, takes a very hard-fought 2-0 on Lijiang Tower.
My God, that second point there on Gardens was just so back and forth. Excellent play from Bjorn to turn that around. They found themselves down 80% to nothing at first and completely reversed the direction of this point. They are able to go up 1-0. Once again, we saw this earlier on tonight. This is their second win on Lijiang. Absolutely. Cow. Yeah, I mean, when that Symmetra gets up to full charge like she can in a meta with this much shielding, she can be incredibly scary.
You always scoff a little bit when you see a Symmetra, but then
it's
they
not
pop
a throw
off.
pick.
Yeah, no, it's not a throw pick anymore. Until the next patch comes out, then it'll be a throw pick again.
Hey,
did you know that did you know that our very own Timmy is the creator of the 3-head emote? Furthermore, his primary intention upon creating it was to provide an attention to the now infamous Pepka. Did you know that?
I didn't. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. I didn't know that before tonight started, but I have been informed of this important fact several times now.
Well, I mean, it's good to know. I just want the stream to throw up the like reading rainbow. The more you know.
The more you know. If they want, they can also subscribe to either Revolution Esports or myself, where I have a lovely little angry emoji me that you can have as an emote.
that works too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're headed to Rialto. It looks like
Again.
for map 2
lot of lot
again.
of lot of Rialto picks today.
Yeah,
By a
I
lot, I
mean,
mean at least 2, maybe 3. I don't know if Love Shack Gaming went to Rialto in their match.
yeah. Well, they're gonna have to try to do it here. Bjorn, of course, if any of our viewers were with us earlier tonight, got the full hold on their defense on Rialto. So
They
they
should have
are
been. Let's
quite
let's
comfortable.
confirm that though. They should not have gotten the full hold.
That is true. That should not have happened. But if you remember, they tried to break out that Symmetra on their defense the first time around, and eventually had to swap. So I wonder if that is potentially in the cards once again here.
I mean, they've shown some versatility in their hero pool, so I think they'll probably just try and adapt to what the other team's doing, and I imagine both teams will do the same. We've seen Love Shack Gaming switching up their composition quite a bit on that last point, and in the last match, we saw a lot of that coming out from Bjorn, and even between the two matches. Like we said, we saw Strangelove. Oh, we saw Strangelove on Diva last map, but we're seeing him back on the Sigma now.
I like it. I like it, and
it's just the perfect name for a Sigma, right?
It really is. I mean, it implies some kind of like madness or psychotic nature, and that's perfect for a Sigma player. I love it.
For those of you who haven't seen Dr. Strangelove, treat yourself.
Classic.
It's one of the best comedy films of all time.
Yeah, I don't even think you need a qualifier. I mean, it's just one of the best movies.
It's one of the best
I've ever
films
seen
of all time. Yeah, it's one of the best films of all time.
The payload.
But let's see how Love Shack are going to be responding here after losing that first map. They need to come out with a pretty strong offense here. They've gotten Bjorn to fall back a little bit behind the corner, and again and again these hooks keep landing and keep breaking.
Well, let's be very clear. It was not a one-sided fight by any means. It was a very hard-fought first map. And Love Shack Gaming is actually pushing their way through. They take down Magi. That's a lot of damage and a lot of control that you lose by just shutting down that one hero. Sigma's frozen. If they can capitalize, they are. Tex is going to take down Dr. Strangelove. Timmy and Limefall. Weebu falls, but you got to be okay with that trade. That is a lot of heroes traded out. All that they really have left is Lucio. He's running away. There will be no full hold.
It doesn't look like it, although Bjorn is kind of...
They're thinking about it. No,
they're in the area, but I think they're coming in. Yeah, they're gonna try to make this happen. But Lime goes down before he even gets the shield out. Lugenhaus gonna break out the Deadeye as a last ditch effort, but he needs to find kills. Get the double.
Oh, he does.
This is it's gonna happen.
That fully charge.
Now it's just 3 members of Love Shack left on the point. They're on the back foot. Texas trying to make this happen, but they're getting chased down and they will be repelled.
But you know what? That's all right. They still have 2.5 minutes to push the cart 5 meters. Oh, 5 and slowly increasing meters.
Yeah, but I mean, this is exactly what we saw last time, and this is kind of what we see on Rialto all the time. Is teams make their stand right at the very end. Love Shack able to get in there with the recontest and shut things down for Love Shack. Now Bjorn in a very good spot.
Love Shack didn't use any ultimates there. They have 6 to work with.
They are absolutely loaded coming into this fight. The sound barrier already forced out for Moot, and now the Blizzard in on over the top trying to get the kills. They will get Tonut Puncher even through the Transcendence.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You hate to see it, but now the trades coming through. Tex and Neon doing a lot of damage. Tex with a snipe onto Luke. Oh my god. Will eventually fall to Magi. The freeze goes in onto Jay. Will Jay be able to survive? It's just him and Lisa in there. And now they're going to actually pocket the enemy Diva. Get the DMAC onto Strangelove.
Yeah, they went too far there. They were trying to chase down those kills, but Strangelove gonna get punished pretty hard here, and now a 65 advantage for Love Shack as they try to push back in.
You got the 2 chubby adorable heroes together, just wrecking shop. And now a big Dragon Strike finds Moot. Jay just grabs Timmy with the hook, and Timmy does not survive it.
Yeah, but now we've got Strangelove and Lucanus on the point, buying some time for Bjorn to try to get back in here. He's trying to get the kill in onto the Roadhog and not able to do it right now. Javer gonna get the nano boost as he pushes forward. He needs to get the cleanup for his team. He's the only source of damage they've really got right now. And his teammates are gone.
You know, that fight could have gone either way at really any point. It got to the point where both teams were down to like 2 people fighting on the point, and then all their respawns came back at once.
Yeah, and Bjorn was just closer on the respawn, so there was really no chance for Love Shack. And now, you know, we talked about the full hold last time. We are on the verge of another full hold. Love Shack gonna have to try to get in here quickly, but who's even gonna be able to touch the point?
Did I cast his curse stem? I'm sorry.
Oh, the Zoom Yada is gonna make it. Naeun using that ultimate to trigger the overtime. They've got the supercharger as well, so a chance here for them to make something happen. But
no,
there's today.
No, there's not.
Oh, Lucanus shuts it all down.
And it's done. Team kill for Bjorn. And they stopped the card in just about the same spot that they did last match.
It is uncanny how similar that was to their hold the first time around. And
my apologies.
We're in the same situation where now, you know, they just got to finish point A, and they'll be taking it to a lead. They'll get map point, and they'll get championship point.
Well, no, this won't be championship point. It's best 3 out of 5, right?
If they win this map, they will be at championship point.
Oh, right. So you're right. Tennis references. Okay, all right.
What? No,
I got it. Match point. Okay, whatever. We're yeah. Sports. You'll be good at them. Drink Power Thirst.
Okay, so
gratuitous amounts of energy.
Ready for
Love Shack, if you are Love Shack, you really got to feel the pressure right now, because you really don't want to go down 2-0 and have to go for the reverse sweep to win this thing. That's not the dream that you had in your mind, you know, when you're going into this series. So the defense here is paramount. You need. I don't want to say you have to get the full hold here, but yeah, you almost do.
You don't need it, but you really want it.
Yeah, it's like when you're a kid at Christmas and like you ask your parents for something, like, you really need this? It's like, no, but I really want it.
Yeah. Speaking from experience there, you not getting what you want for Christmas?
Of course not.
Some trauma you'd like to speak about?
No trauma. No trauma. I'm not that entitled. It's not trauma. It's not trauma to not get presents.
As an only child to upper middle class parents, it kind of was.
Okay. Well, Love Shack starting things off right now pretty darn well. They get the first opening picks here. Their defense gonna be holding for the time being. Can they get any chase down kills here? They can with the hook on the Moot.
Moot's going to fall very early on in there, and yeah, it's just gonna force Bjorn to retreat, just kind of hold on in the back line. And they're just getting poked at now. So even when they're retreating, there's ult charge being built off them by Love Shack Gaming. They don't want to extend too far though, because that could be very bad. If they die this far forward this, like this is thing that's happening right now, they're gonna have a bad time. And now it's just Javrek getting staggered out.
That was so smart from Bjorn, though. They realized, you know, their comp needs to close the gap and to get up close and personal. They need to get Lucanus in the thick of things instead of getting poked down from range. They use Lion's Halt to set that up to stop the retreat of Love Shack, and now we're one fight away from Bjorn taking the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, we are, and a blizzard thrown in is going to stop them from contesting for a couple seconds.
And Love Shack
is out of Transcendence as well. That's unfortunate. Although Love Shack, yeah, they're picking up some kills. Diva Bomb comes out, wall goes up, doesn't find any value there. Lita throws out a blizzard of her own.
Yeah, Mook committed the sound barrier towards the end of that fight, and I think he'd like to have that one back. Lita shuts it down with the blizzard there, and Bjorn gonna have to give it another shot.
Yeah, you'd also think that Donut Puncher might want a slight refund on that nano boost onto Roadhog. I mean, you know, it's a little bit of an overcommitment when there's only a Lucio left.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you look at the ult bank for Love Shack now, they are dry, empty, out, and Bjorn about to push in with potentially 3 pretty strong ults, the Supercharger, the Coalescence, and that Death Blossom could be deadly. They are going to get the hook and the DMAC onto Strangelove to start things off, so good opening for Love Shack.
Yeah, now they have 2 ultimates to work with for Bjorn. Love Shack doesn't have anything, and they're not super close to anything. I mean, they have the Transcendence available to them in probably the next fight, but they have to hold off here, and it looks like they're going to, actually.
Yeah, no, this is huge because it allows them to equalize a little bit. I mean, Naeun gonna have that Transcendence now for the next fight, so that was a golden opportunity for Bjorn, just kind of thrown away as they couldn't find the approach, they couldn't get in clean.
That being said, 1 Transcendence versus a Beyblade of Death, a Supercharger, a Blizzard, and a Coalescence.
Yeah, if you're Bjorn, you use the Blizzard or the Death Blossom to bait out that trans, and then you come in with the other. They're going to get destroyed as they try to do that. Too early on the Death Blossom. Lucanos gets nothing. He will kill Weeaboo, but
depending on how you look at it.
I mean, it was in the middle of the Transcendence while it was still going on, so I say too early. He should have just held on to it, because now we're at 10 seconds. His team needs something desperately. They're onto the Doomfist, trying to make a miracle happen.
Oh, God, Tex, that was just brutal. Stop, he's already dead.
And it looks like it's gonna be Love Shack pulling off the hold here. They just gotta get the cleanup.
Quite yet. There's the kill that came.
There's the Blizzard to seal it all off, and even with the overtime coming through, it's not gonna last.
Doomfist is back, and this fight has gone on for so long. The Doomfist died after overtime started and respawned and came back and died again.
Wow, Love Shack. What?
It's a Love Shack, baby, where we can.
Okay, we've got ourselves a series now.
Yeah, we do. It's the full hold fight.
I mean, I feel like the meta that we're in with all of this bunker, it kind of just leads itself to a lot of very defensive Overwatch. Like we see a lot of holds, we see a lot of assault maps that aren't getting fully completed. We've seen a ton of this kind of stuff recently.
All right, and with the match all tied up, we will see what map we head to next. It is the Washington Justice versus the Pachimaris.
Yeah. I guess Bjorn trying to channel the Washington Justice a little bit.
Specifically the stage 4 Washington.
Yes.
Justice. You don't want to channel the any other stage Washington Justice.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Kind of like if you're channeling the Houston Outlaws, you only want to channel the stage 3 Houston.
And even then, what are you really aspiring to?
5-2.
Oh, I'm just joking.
5-2. You're aspiring to beat the best team in the league, is what you're aspiring to do.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, we're headed to Volskaya for map 3 here. We are just kind of running it back from Bjorn Academy's match earlier tonight, but we will get at least one new map because we will be going to map 4 after this one is concluded. No matter who comes out on top, we won't be done just yet. So we will get to see hybrid this time.
Yeah, I like me some hybrid. The match already is going to be going on long one, which went on I think a grand total of 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was quick. Bjorn was firing on all cylinders earlier tonight, and I mean, to be fair to them, they've looked strong at times, but they just couldn't quite pull it together on that offense there on Rialto in the same way that they did earlier.
I will say this: the last match, despite Bjorn winning 3-0, looked very close at a lot of points. But this one even closer.
No.
Both of the last 2 maps could have gone either way.
I mean, and
We
I
went to
love.
99-99 on Li Jiang. We got 2 full holds. Like, this could be quite the series. Quite the competitive short series.
I mean, and I love to see it in a game with stakes like this. We are in the championship. This is the end of our season. This is what we've been building towards. And both of these teams, you can tell they want to be taking home the title of Division Two champions, and they're putting forward their case right now. They're trying to make it happen, and Volskaya is where we're gonna get the next chapter of. But if we remember back to our series earlier tonight, Bjorn got the stop on Volskaya B, so their defenses have been incredibly strong, throughout this evening. Really impressive in both the previous series and this one. So we'll see if they can come up with another showing like this, and but they'll be starting off on the offense this time.
All right, let's see what the what comps the teams decide to come out with here. You can do a lot on Volskaya. You really can. There's a lot of corners if you want to hide and play close range. There's a lot of open sky if you want to play Pharah. I guess we have 0.2 seconds before we find out.
I mean, at least right now, doesn't look like either team really going to be in the business of changing things up dramatically here on Volskaya.
No,
It's
though we do
the
have a new player in.
30 seconds.
Oh, that's true. Wait.
Yep, we got a Sigma.
Oh, we do have a new Sigma coming in for Bjorn Academy. Impact picking up the tank role, and Strangelove swapping over to play. Oh, I think we might have just. Yep,
No,
I think we
we
just
have a-
got.
we have a quick pause because some of the spectators were spectating the wrong team. You can set teams to be able to spectate only one side of things if they're subs for that team. And what happened, it seems, is that they got swapped somehow.
We swapped team sides, but that doesn't swap spectator sides automatically. So looks like we got that issue taken care of. And now, interestingly, if as we look at what Bjorn seemed to be rolling out with here in just a second, Strangelove, the player we've seen on that off tank role, playing the Sigma, playing the Diva throughout the night, now picking up the Batiste and Impact coming in to play the off tank.
Yeah, I'm curious to see this because I do like me some Baptiste. But we'll have to see what they pull out here. And this again, yeah, goes into what we were talking about with the 2-2-2 roll lock. You can change roles between matches, just not within the map.
Yep, that's definitely true. And the halt hook gonna land beautifully for Javrek, but Lukenhaus up on the high ground gets a quick double with the Hanzo. Now looking for Weeaboo as well, who has gone incredibly low. He's gonna get that one. And the cleanup is beautiful. Lukenhaus puts the team on his back.
They were just ignoring him too. They could have killed him so easily. It's just no one paid attention to him. They just let that happen.
Well, he punishes
Hanzo's
them.
death scream is satisfying.
Objective lost.
Yeah, Tech throwing himself off the map there, and I mean that fight was so quick that no one really gonna have any ultimates as we roll into the second fight. Donut Puncher getting close. 6 minutes is a long time.
6 minutes? What the hell? Oh, this is gonna be a hell of a defense for Love Track Gaming if they can pull it off. Not a great start though.
No. And now the Blizzard out as well. Oh, this is Bjorn. Looks like they are pretty mad after that last map. They wanted this thing to be over after 3, and they are taking it out on Love Shack right now.
I feel like, If Love Shack can retaliate on their attack, we might be seeing some 6 or 8 CP going here.
Certainly, I mean, they're gonna have their work cut out for them because that is one of the fastest times you will see.
Wait. I
on
have
Volskaya.
something for this.
That was easy.
There we go.
I've been waiting to use this easy button all night, but like all the matches have been so competitive that I couldn't. But yeah, no, that was 100%.
That was easy.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that was
Beautiful.
That was some
Beautiful
Pepka
stuff.
tier defense.
I mean,
That was some
they-
Boston Uprising defense.
yeah, I have to wonder kind of how that they let that happen, you know, on the point B defense in particular. I mean, we saw Weeaboo just get frozen up really early on in that fight. Didn't have a shield down, didn't have Fortify available, and then without that main tank, everything just falls apart for Love Shack because they just get rolled over. And you know, maybe it's the swaps for Bjorn. Maybe it's Impact in on the Sigma. Maybe it's Strange Love on the Batiste. Or maybe it's just those mistakes from Love Shack. But either way, it has given Bjorn such an incredible advantage here on Volskaya.
They can't get boomed though. You know that they have to stay in this. They can't like let this get to them too much, because if they do, then they've already lost this map. They're
I mean,
very far behind, but they have the potential to have just as quick of a capture.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and we just saw this on Rialto. You know, Love Shack or Bjorn came out. They drop the mic, they pull off the full hold, and then Love Shack just turns it right back around on them. So we know this team is resilient. We know they are capable of coming in here and giving it out just as good as they are getting it right now. But they'll have their work cut out for them as they try to push in.
Yeah, and you got Luke and Haas just checking to see if they're flanking from behind. They aren't. They're just pushing right through on the side. Now, will Love Shack Gaming go ahead and answer? Yeah, they will. Okay.
Yes, they will.
Sure will. I was like, are they going to let the Hanzo just stand on top of that building and snipe everyone?
And I mean, that seems to be exactly what's happening here, and just as clean of a point A attack there for Love Shack as we saw out of Bjorn Academy. So you might have been seeing a glimpse of the future there when you said we're headed for some high scores here on Volskaya. Very much in the cards right now, because look, Bjorn has absolutely nothing to work with as we come into the second fight, and Love Shack are gonna be approaching several ultimates pretty soon.
All I'm saying is I've made it to 12 CP on Temple of Anubis, and from the speed at which these caps have gone, we could see similar here.
Yeah, they get the hook onto Magi and can't quite get the kill, and Weeaboo has gone down, so at the very least...
Lita beautifully just sectioning off Magi from the rest of the team with the ice wall, immediately kills them before Strangelove is even able to throw down the immortality field, before they even knew what was happening.
Yeah, unfortunately for Love Shack, it doesn't really matter there. They lost their main tank. They can't push in without Weeaboo, so they are just going to back off, come in here for another chance, and that means that the Bjorn definitely going to have the faster time here. It's just kind of how long can they take off the clock.
Very true, because it does seem like we will eventually see Love Shack Gaming capturing this point, just based on how competitive the last two maps have been. But that being said, they are doing a good job of just laying in some focus fire, shutting down a few key targets, and forcing Love Shack to fall back. And
I mean, Volskaya is such a hard, map right now, because approaching the second point is so difficult for these Orisa compositions. Your shields just get melted. If your hooks aren't landing, it can be hard to find these kills.
Yeah, no, especially with the so many like large hitbox characters, it doesn't become too difficult to hit them all.
Oh, and there's the flux coming in from Impact. Not gonna find any kills.
Nason does get a very clutch immortality field, only can do so much though. There's just so much damage coming in, and a blizzard, and just everything getting thrown out by Bjorn Academy. They do still have the bongos of death from Lime, and then Timmy's got the Transcendence, but going up against 4 ultimates on the side of Love Shack Gaming.
who have actually
And a
just
switch
made
in comp.
yeah, over to the Far Mercy now for Tex and Nayun. So Tex gonna be trying to find, you know, the kills from the air. Not really anything on the side of Bjorn to really put a lot of pressure on him, but this
I
is
mean, you
not
got Lucanhaus and I guess yeah, you got Lucanhaus and Magi snipe, but really, like, they're gonna really have to be on point, especially with the Mercy healing up on the Pharah.
certainly, and so far still just struggling to really find their avenue of approach. They've gotten control of the high ground, but now dropping down to take the fight on the point. Supercharger out from BITU-A is going to give them an opportunity. Tex pushing forward with that damage boost is going to find two, and gives them control of the point for now.
Yeah, that immortality field combined with the transcendence, it may have been a bit much to survive the blizzard, but it definitely was important for keeping them in this point. Although they have to get on here and contest, and they can.
Body block.
They were there. Oh
BITU-A.
my gosh.
BITU-A just stonewalled Lime, throws down the fortify, and just stands right in front of
Maywall, fortify, halt, C9.
Oh, beautiful.
Forced C9.
I mean, that was beautifully done. I mean, I don't even want to call that a C9 because that is all Love Shack.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a forced C9.
Fair enough.
They didn't have a choice but to C9.
Yeah, that is really great stuff. It stops any stall from coming out from Bjorn. It saves them quite a bit of time here, which they need desperately. I mean, they're down about 2.5 minutes in the time bank, so they really need everything they can get. They could not afford a lengthy stall there on point B. So excellent play from Love Shack there. It takes them a few attempts to get in position to take a fight on point B, but once they do it pretty effectively.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, no, both teams really need to just take some time off on their first defense. Like, they really need to hold more than one fight.
Absolutely.
Because honestly, man, I don't know what to say. It's easier to hold on the first point, I think, because it's like, oh, you just take a couple of them down. They have a long walk back.
Defend objective A.
That's certainly true. I mean,
And there's a little less pressure.
Definitely, and Tex going to be sticking with the Pharah. It worked quite well for Love Shack last time around, and they'll need it to be effective once again here. They need to be pretty quick on this attack, because I really think they probably need to get at least a little bit of progress on point B to have a good shot in this map. But they get a nice hook, but they've lost Weeaboo in the meantime.
Yeah, but all right. Well, here's the defense we were talking about that the teams needed to have.
Yeah, for the first time, someone gonna get a hold on point A.
I mean, there were some holds on point A. They were just Orisa hold. Or no, I guess that's a hold. Is there really a difference?
Sure.
I feel like those words are synonyms.
Yeah. If you go to thesaurus.com, you'll definitely see those on the same page. But
We'll check that between maps, but I think you're probably right.
And right now it seems like Bjorn back a little bit on the same page, but it gets caught out a little bit there by Tex. Those damage boosted rockets are pretty dangerous, and now it might be falling apart for Bjorn.
Oh, and Tex just dives Lucanhaus, not able to get the Deadeye off, and we are going to see a cap coming out from Love Shack Gaming.
Okay, so now the question becomes, what can they do with this on point B? They're going to be coming in with a bevy of Ultimates, 3 online right now, and the rest not too far away as well, but they're going to be pushing into a pretty loaded Bjorn Academy as well.
Objective A captured.
That was a $5 word you busted out there.
I got a few of them.
Yeah, I know. It makes us sound intelligent. Like, well, it makes you sound intelligent, but me by association. They are pushing into a Widowmaker now, so we'll see how that plays out for him.
I mean, if you remember to our series earlier tonight, Lucanhaus just completely shut down Cream Team with the Widow here, but it's going to be Tex who shuts him down, gets into the back, catches him unaware, and now Love Shack pushing in.
Now come the ultimates. I like that Frozen Roadhog eats a Diva Bomb to the face, still survives it because he's Roadhog, and just shrugs it off, pops his respirator, his canned air. You know, as you need in Australia.
It was a nice start there for Love Shack, but just too many resources for Bjorn to really push through the Blizzard, the Supercharger, the Trans. I mean, just so much coming out from the defenders there. They're able to get enough kills to stabilize.
They did use 3 ultimates and then swap to a trio, so
They've got the Blizzard though.
And oh yeah, if you can get a bunch of people up with that Blizzard, there's no Transcendence right now to counter it. Like they can put something together.
Okay, it's in position, does get the freeze onto line. They secure the kill as well, and the rest seem to be there for Love Shack Gaming. They've just got to deal with the Batiste now. Strangelove trying to buy time. Oh, the point dancing around that shield. It should be perhaps a little bit of progress, but the Doomfist for Lukenhaus back, trying to stop that from happening.
You know, they got the stall heroes out now. So low is the Hammond, but Tech's coming in, getting the kills that they need. Magi, though, finds Donut Picker, and you don't really want to be trading here if you're the attackers, just because it's such a long walk back. The cap seems to be coming through, but again, these occasional kills from the defenders really are not helping Love Shack Gaming at all. And they may not be able to get any value out of this. Overtime going to tick away. There's a single contest on the point. It's Hammond versus Hammond.
Magi just does too much on that Tracer there. Comes in for the stall and is able to pick up 3 kills in the ensuing fight. Really well played from the DPS for Bjorn Academy there, making the heads-up swap from the Mei onto that Tracer. He did the same thing earlier on tonight against Cream Team and got into the back line, killed a healer, and allowed them to get a hold on point B. So works out really well for Bjorn, who now need a point here on Volskaya and a single tick on point B to take them.
Oh, imagine if we draw here. I'm going to map 6.
Oh, don't speak it into being.
Ready for battle.
Make it happen.
If Bjorn come out anything like they did the first time around, we won't have anything to worry about whatsoever. I mean, think about it. They finished this map in what is that? About a minute and a half.
Something like that. They won their first 2 fights. That's
it's wild.
They let Tex stand up on a roof with a Hanzo bow and just wreck everyone's faces.
This time it's gonna be Lukenhaus going back over to that Hanzo for the attack. He was so huge the first time around, so we'll see if he can have a repeat performance. Tex making a bit of a swap here, going over to the Ashe for the defense. An interesting choice over the Hanzo, but gonna try to get as much use as possible out of those dynamite.
Yeah, that dynamite seemed very early, I'll be honest, but they get it back very quickly. Ashe is gonna just probably let it rip again, I would imagine. But the dive coming in strong now from Bjorn Academy. They are not messing around, but Lime falls very early and they're going to retreat, let them come back into it.
I mean, that's what happens when you try to dive with the Orisa. It's not really a character for that, especially when Lime gets walled off from the rest of the team. There's really not much to be done there for Bjorn Academy. So they'll reset, they'll come back in here and give it another go.
Whoa, I got an emote thanks to Soldier's Mega Cheer. Thanks, Soldier. Appreciate it.
This time it's going to be Timmy going down first. Tex finding the double kill on that Ashe. The halt hook takes out Lime, and that's another push shut down completely.
Yeah, this is what they have to do if they want to win or even tie this match.
Certainly, I mean, if
they
they
still
want to
have 4 minutes. They have shaken out.
They have a normal
won like
8
4
minutes
fights.
to go.
They've won like 4 fights, and they've taken off 2 minutes, and they still have 4 to go. What the hell? Oh my god, this is not okay.
Yeah, well, they're off to a good start, and they built up quite an ultimate economy here. As they've got 3 on the line, 2 more in the immediate future, and Lita not far behind. So they're looking pretty strong to is going for a while. Bjorn got to find a way to get in here cleanly without losing someone to Tex or a hook.
Yeah, and I mean, it's very fortunate for them that they didn't have to use any of those. Because, yeah, they do have this advantage now, and with 3 minutes left, they can't really afford to misuse a single ultimate. Because Bjorn doesn't have to play this fast.
Yeah, but they are going to. Magi just gets up on that high ground, throws in the Blizzard, and they're able to clean up from there. It is going to be point A going over to Bjorn as soon as they can deal with these stragglers. Even though it was, you know, there's 3 members left, the respawns are too far away. The defenders can't really do anything here.
I mean, unless they can get some kills in, they might be able to get something done, but that humongous snipe from Lukenhaus just picks Donut from across the map. That was disgusting, quite frankly.
Okay, and that's gonna secure.
Tex was falling through the map there. That was... I jumped to Tex and I just see the underside of the map like, oh boy.
Okay, well, it looks like he is back and ready to go for this next fight because Bjorn are here and they're ready to take it right now. They're going to throw out the Supercharger and the Coalescence as they try to push forward, but the Blizzard is beautiful from Lita.
Yeah, and 33% is all they need. So the Blizzards better be beautiful, and they better be beautiful for the next 2.5 minutes. Otherwise, they're going to have a bad time.
Definitely, but they get some nice stagger kills here at the end of things. And they settle in for the long haul. They do force out quite a few, resources from the side of Bjorn. You know, Impact the only one who's going to be ready to go as this next fight kicks off. So things are looking pretty stable here for the defense for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, Donut Puncher and Weebu's ults aren't super high impact, but you know, if you combine them together, you can certainly get some damage out, especially if they throw the Nano Boost onto J-Brick.
Okay, the Flux coming out from Impact is going to catch 3 up in the air, but no kills just yet. Maga going to change that a little bit here, but Lime going down, probably going to spell the end of this push.
Yeah, you're okay with these trades if you're Love Shack Gaming, because you use 2 ultimates, you get 2 more in the fight. Like, no problem.
No problems whatsoever for Bjorn. They repel that pretty easily, and Impact going over to the D.Va now. They've had enough of the halt hooks kind of wrecking their day. They want something to protect their teammates, and I like the swap here. It gives them a bit more, you know, ability to get onto the high ground to contest.
Who caught a front? Throws up their Fortify to stay alive through there. Magi going to be the one to watch here. They have the Blizzard. They die before they get a chance to use it, though. That's big. Tex manages to find the kills onto both Magi and Lukenhaus. No more damage. What are you going to do if you're Bjorn? It's like they're staying in the fight now just to try and build up that ultimate economy. They've lost this fight, though. They need to fall back with 46 seconds left and try and regroup, and that's exactly what Impact is going to be looking to do, jumping off the map. Strangelove does the same.
And this is going to be one fight for Bjorn here to try and finish this one off, and they're going to be pushing into just a loaded ult bank for the side of Love Shack Academy, who, you know, now that Tex has gotten onto this Ashe, have really found their footing.
This Blizzard from either team could be the game-winning Blizzard, and they're both right there, so they both essentially have their Blizzards. All right, now May Freezes has the Blizzard. Will Lita use the Blizzard first? Oh, Tex falls early, though. That's no bueno. Both teams throwing in their Blizzard.
Oh, Lukenhaus.
Time ticking away. Lukenhaus gets the kills. The kills are now going the way of Bjorn Academy.
Oh,
and he's doing what they can to stay on the point. The respawn advantage is so real, but they need to make something happen. J-Brick and Tex, that might do it, but Impact comes in big. Nayun and Tex fall. Tex, though, with the Bob kill onto Strangelove. Can Bob be the deciding factor of this match? Freeze goes in on Moira. No reinforcements coming through. We are going to 6 maps. Are you kidding me?
Maybe.
It's a draw.
We are now a best of 6, or a best, you know, still a first of 3 out of 6. Whatever.
first-
We're
yeah, that's the
we're
thing,
going
it's
at
not-
least to map 5.
Yeah, it's not best of 5. It's first to 3. That's how we've always played it. So I imagine that's how we're playing it today.
Yeah. So we're going at least to map 5 here, and we're still at 1-1 after 3 maps. What? How do they keep doing this? I mean, Love Shack. This is the second map in a row where they've needed a Herculean defense to
And they've
save
gotten it.
themselves, and they've done it.
Hey, remember when I talked about being the Stage 3 Houston Outlaws? Yeah, there you go. And my computer turned off.
That's not good.
That's interesting. Or no, it didn't turn off. It just went into sleep mode. Okay, well, still in the game and everything. Still have
Okay.
audio. Weird.
All right, that's what really matters. Who cares if you can see?
That was strange. Who picks if we tie? That's a good question.
That is a good question. I have no clue. I would assume it probably stays with the same team, but I have no clue. Oh, actually, so I don't know if this has changed for the playoffs, but during the regular season, our rules are the Overwatch League rules, where a 2-1 after 4 maps is a win.
No, that's during the playoffs we've always done first to 3.
Yeah, I assume that has changed for the playoffs.
Oh,
But
we
I
get to
don't
pick
know.
the map? Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay. So,
What
you
are
know,
our options?
let's see. I mean,
Put
I
our
don't think
Patreon
I don't
poll.
think we I don't think we actually get to pick, but let's pretend here. So if we're playing hybrid, we got Eichenwald, we got Kings Row, we got
Oh,
Blizzard
Kings
World.
Row. I mean, oh.
This is tough. I like all 3 of these
I
maps.
do
a lot.
like all 3 of those maps. Kings Row. Yeah.
It's classic.
Yeah, no, casters pick Kings Row.
And it's the one map where I feel like you might see something other than Orisa.
I'm saying the casters are picking Kings Row in chat. We'll see if they actually go with that.
All right.
I would imagine I would imagine that Bjorn would pick, wouldn't they? Because they were the last team to lose a map. Isn't that how it? I think that's how it goes, right?
They were not the last. Oh, they were the last team. I think that's how it should go.
Yeah.
Luke and Haas seems to be okay with that. So
Yeah. Oh my god, we're actually going to Kings Row. We're influencing the meta and the
all
finals.
right. This is the best time for this to happen. For us to insert ourselves in the game, but I'm here for it, and I was hesitant earlier, or not hesitant. I can't say I wanted to draw on Volskaya because I never really liked draws in Overwatch. I'm not a fan, but it does mean
But come on, man.
we get more Overwatch. So like I'm cool with it. And these teams are putting on a show right now. And I am happy to watch them play all night.
Yes, this is quite the quite the experience that we're dealing with here.
Okay. So I think we're trying to get some clarification on. Okay, first to 3.
First to 3. That's what I thought.
There we
Let's
go.
go.
I
Let's
assumed
go.
I
Best
assumed that would be the case. It makes sense. We did. I don't want.
Let's tie on Kings Row.
uh,
Double full holds on Kings Row. Let's do this.
no, I want one of those ties where like it, somehow the payload gets
wait.
to.
I think actually no. Wait, Timmy and Lukenhouse.
Okay, we've got some disagreement, and I'm not sure because
Shape,
I'm not gonna lie.
Resolve this.
Yeah, because unfortunately our rule set doesn't say anything about playoffs. Which is a bit of an oversight.
Shape has not said anything. She's still muted.
And we don't know. So
yeah, I'm assuming that it's still first to 3, as it has been in the past. First to
Okay.
3. Okay. Shape. Okay, I'll post that in Chip. Shape
We've got
has confirmed first to 3.
makes sense. There we go. I love it.
No, tie does not count as point for both teams. Incorrect.
Mm.
Teams are still 1-1.
It's a good question. What would the sixth map be if we go to 6?
Hmm.
Because I know on
Teams
5
1-1.
we go to Busan.
Yeah.
Okay, can you
What?
post this? Can you post this in chat or
What?
like make
Yeah, I
sure
thought it
that
was-
they are doing this right because they're about to go to King's Row, which is not cost. Instead of the time, the teams that will pick from
I'm
the
not.
beginning
I'm not in that. I'm not in that room. I don't think.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did you put? Okay, where did we put that? Game chat. Oh, okay. Um. Okay. In the instance of a tie, the team that picked the map initially will pick the remaining King of the Hill maps and play that map immediately following. The draw will then be converted to a map win. Oh, okay.
Okay. So
That's new.
I mean, it's I'm cool with it.
So here's my question: does Nepal or Oasis count as will it be do those count as a point as well? So does the team who wins this map get 2 points?
no.
Okay, no.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It really doesn't, but okay.
I mean, yeah, it functionally just works as like another map.
Yeah. So why don't we just count whoever wins this map as the winner rather than going, oh, let's go back and mean that draw
Fair.
one.
Fair.
Extra map.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are playing an extra map to decide
Which
Volskaya.
doesn't really make sense, but okay.
But that's
What we're
how
doing.
that's what that's the way it's gonna go. So
Blame Soldier.
yeah.
Hashtag blame Soldier.
Mhm. Okay. Told you kind of thick though. Says Lakey.
Oh, God. Oh, damn it! I was not ready for that.
Oh, I
Oh,
need
God.
I need a screenshot of that.
I need. Oh my gosh. Soldier, the thick boy. Oh my God. I was not prepared. Yo, if it weren't for the Overwatch League, we would have 90,000 more viewers.
uh,
Putting that out there.
True. They would all be here.
Every single damn one of them.
All right. We're going to Nepal. Let's do this. No ties here. So we'll have somebody in the lead after we play this map. Oh, yeah, that's important. Do they just play one of the sub maps? Because that's how a lot of people do it.
Match.
Okay, they play a full map of Nepal. All right, let's go. That's better.
In the
I
words
was
of Chris Griffin, Naples.
okay.
I had to do it.
Moving on.
Moving on to the nipple shrine. Doesn't get any less funny or more mature.
Okay. Starting off on Shrine, and we got more Orisa. Shocker. Strangelove back onto the Sigma. He took a break for a map, but he's back now.
Again, the perfect name. Like real talk.
5, 4,
Dr. Sigma,
three,
Dr. Siglov
2,
there.
1.
That sounds kind
Okay,
of Nazi-ish,
and
actually. Let's
Bjorn,
Let's not.
going back to Lukenhaus on the Symmetra, they want to get to the point immediately. They want to get position as early as possible. And I like the idea. We'll see if it, how well it holds up here. They've got control of the point for right now.
I mean, control is a strong word right now. They're on the point, but
Oh, I mean,
no kills yet. It's really hard to say someone has control of the point.
they've got Love
And
Shack
all
kind
the
of pushed
shields
back.
are gone.
The objective is
Ooh, but Tech gets a nice angle there, hits the headshot onto Lukenhaus. That's a lot of the damage gone. The front line going to be hard for Bjorn to really make anything out of this. They're trying to do it. They push in onto Weeaboo. Great wall from Maga to get that kill and to
That's
get
Sigma's
first
coat.
cap.
That's Sigma's roast. Oh my God, he survived. Right, he's got the walls. He got stuck in a trap directly in front of the entire team. Just in a bad way.
And despite losing the first pick in that fight, Bjorn able to come out on top here.
Look, check out Lei Key though. He's got that tire. He's flanking with the rip tire. Oh, it's gonna be a bad day to be Bjorn right now.
Okay, they seem
He's
to be
hiding
aware.
it. He's hiding it.
It is going to get down the line, and they've taken down Magai as well. And that's going to be enough for Love Shack to push back in and to regain control as soon as they deal with Strange Love and Hydra's rules stalling on the point right now.
Sigma doing what he can to stay alive, but will get bionated and eventually shut down by Donut Puncher.
Yeah. The Lucio buys quite a bit of time there.
Hydra's falls to noun. And yeah, that's going to be a flip. 63% though.
Yeah, that's not bad at all for Bjorn. They're going to be pretty happy.
I didn't realize it took them that long to capture it. It felt much quicker than that.
And they didn't have to use any ultimates on the other side of Bjorn. I mean, Love Shack going to have quite a few of their own, but absolutely loaded for the attackers. The Coalescence in, the Blizzard out first to kick things off, and they're finding the kills.
Yeah, they are, and this is what we see, very back and forth matches, and it a lot of times has come down to whoever captures it first, which could be very bad news for Love Shack Gaming. They're doing a good job stalling this out, though. 39%. They probably should have lost that about 10 to 15 percentage previously, but still at a deficit.
Going back over to this Farm Earthy, it proved pretty successful when they used it on Volskaya, so that's going to be their answer to what Bjorn are doing right now. They're kind of bunkered up on the point, going to be very hard for Love Shack to really push in here, and they don't have a lot of wiggle room. This is going to be their last fight.
I mean, we'll see if it goes. Yeah, we are in essentially overtime here. Big fire! Finds 3 Hydras, Magai tipping off! But the clapback from Lukenhaus and Strangelove's, Javrik, Weeaboo, all the tanks falling. It's really just Lakey trying to put the team on his back, but it's not gonna happen.
Oh! Did he just get a 6K?
Symmetra with the 6K! What can you do? Well, no, 5K. Strangelove got one. But oh my God. Oh my God.
0 to 1.
What
Did we just watch?
I don't know. It'd be like that.
Ready
It'd be
for
like that
battle.
sometimes. Luke and Haas, just won them that map, or won them that point.
Symmetra scary.
Symmetra is scary. Now I'm kind of glad she's getting nerfed. Symmetra just became good. Nerf the bitch. Into the
Right
ground.
into the ground.
Right into the ground with Zarya, because Zarya is getting so much play right now.
Yeah, she
4,
totally needed to be there.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Like, you know when Zarya needed to be nerfed?
Round 2. Capture
Before
the
roll lock.
objective.
That is true. And look at this. Is that a Reinhardt? Is that a Reinhardt?
I think it might be a Reinhardt.
Is that not extinct in Overwatch?
I mean, you'd think, but I mean, you get a couple hammer strikes onto a Mei. They're not gonna have they're having a bad time.
And he got to 84% on his ult before he went down. He was cleaving through him, but he's just such a big target. Goes down early, and now it's gonna be hard for LoveShack to stay in this one.
Very true, but this map has always favored close quarter heroes, so it's certainly we could certainly see Weebu making a big impact with that Reinhardt. Odd to see the Reinhardt Zarya, the throwback.
Haven't seen this in quite a while. It makes sense here on Village. They just want to get in onto the point, get tech set up in that enclosed area and make life difficult. But Bjorn gonna take control first. They're getting sped in onto the dive is here, but so is the wall for Luke and Haas.
Yep, and they're going to use it to just absolutely wreck Maggie. Nothing they could do. Ice onto the point from Lakey, using it to find out where the Symmetra turrets are, and then going on in just to freeze up the competition. Weebu, somewhere in there, let his Earth Shatter rip, already 35% of the way to another one. Will die to Strangelove though. Yeah, no, he gets focus fired pretty hard when he's up in the air. Maggie though falls again very quickly. It took them probably a bit longer than they wanted, but LoveShack Gaming able to flip the point. 48 on the board for the side of Bjorn.
Yeah, and LoveShack hold on to quite a few ultimates going into this next fight. They're going to be in a solid position to keep this one going. They got control of the choke point. The Blizzard out early from Magi is going to set them up nicely, but Weebu doesn't care. Just get a double kill with a Fire Strike. Oh no. Oh, they get to the point in time to stop it.
I was going to say, like, they have to contest this.
Thought for half a second the wall was going to let Bjorn get the flip there, but they're pushing back in. They've got some reinforcements, and they're going to make a fight out of this.
Yeah, no, there was a couple kill trades coming in. Lakey has the Blizzard. That's going to be big. They throw it in on 4 of them. Use the wall to single out, or attempt to single out a couple people. Sigma's going to fall. Strangelove, goodbye. Luke and Haas, goodbye. Lucio, goodbye. And they have now taken the lead on the second point.
They do a good job of holding out there. They
puncher.
kind of baited Bjorn into that Blizzard, really. And
that was unfortunate.
Yeah, because, I mean, now that's going to mean Naeun has to go back to shuttle them into the fight. This is a good advantage here for Bjorn, but they get walled off, so they're not really in a position to capitalize. But Donut Puncher just gets frozen up. He walks right into the Mei.
Yeah, Maggie, I think they probably thought they could have killed the Mei because Mei only had about half health. Fortunately, didn't happen. 84% though on the board for I almost called them Lone Star Vanguard. No, that's my group. That's my Outlaws team name. LoveShack Gaming. That's really one fight territory. I mean, someone might be able to get a touch on that, but realistically, they're in one fight territory right now.
Don't have a lot of wiggle room here, but we're getting down to the wire even for LoveShack here as they try to push in. They're going to be caught up in that Blizzard, but everybody making it out pretty much unscathed except for Naeun, who gets caught out by that icicle. The Flux to close it down. Bjorn with the team wipe.
You know, the Flux capacitor just crashing down on him.
And who is...
Beyblade of Death, though, available from Tex along with a Coalescence. They might be able to make something happen there. Lucio could probably tell. Yeah, Lucio's probably gonna go.
Okay, they'll barely make it. They'll get here in time to have an overtime fight. The Coalescence trying to keep Weeaboo up in the fight for right now, but Tex gets shut down as he goes for that Death Blossom.
Oh, Lukenhaus again just coming in clutch, finds 2 kills. Timmy, though, finds 2 of their own. Lime and Strangelove don't want to be left out of the conversation either. Hydras gets a kill. Everybody just getting a piece of the Love Shack Gaming crew, and Bjorn Academy will win the map.
Okay, and after all of that, we're in the exact same place we would have been if Bjorn had just been able to cap on point B of Volskaya. But, you know, we got some more Overwatch out of it. We got to see Lukenhaus break out this crazy Symmetra. I can't believe this was his play of the game and not the 5K to end the earlier round. But
It was a bit more spread out, I think is what it was. That was all.
It wasn't play of the game length.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough. And now Love Shack running out of chances here in the grand finals. Bjorn headed into map point here as we'll be going to hybrid for what is now map number 5.
Yes.
All right. So this is going to be fascinating to see if Love Shack have what it takes to really fight this one back, forces to a potential map 6. And, you know, this is going to be very interesting. I want to know where we wind up going, because unfortunately we don't get to.
Yeah, we don't get to pick. Although, you know, I'm hoping we'll see Kings Row.
It was fun for like the 30 seconds that we thought we might get to the map.
Right.
uh, but yeah, I cannot get over how well Bjorn are using the Symmetra right now, and you know, both in terms of the damage output and using her as like a DPS hero, but also just the mobility that the teleporters give you, the positioning that allows. I think they're doing a fantastic job. You know, using a hero that is not necessarily 100% meta right now, but can have a huge impact.
What map for hybrid? Kings Row. Yes,
There we go.
Yes,
there we go. We knew.
We got that read in.
Or maybe we just implanted it in their minds and made them do it. Some real it's we are either telling the future or we control minds. So either way, bow before us. We are your gods now.
Soldier was at the fall of Saigon. What the hell?
Okay.
Some interesting chat going right now.
Freaking Zoomer memes.
I'm just flying around. Hey, look, it's the guy that got assassinated. Wow. All right, defenses in preparation. It's Love Shack's last stand. Last stand gaming.
Well, they are going to be starting out on the defense, and once again, kind of running with what they've been going with all night. They really prefer to be running Jivrick on this Roadhog, trying to set up those halt hooks. It's been kind of mixed, I would say, in the results on that front throughout the series. You know, at times it's been really impactful, but for the most part, I think Bjorn playing pretty well around that, using walls at times, using Diva Defense Matrix to really deny a lot of that value.
Yeah, and it's really not that Jay's been bad on Roadhog.
No.
Their counterplay has just been so on point.
Certainly.
So we'll see, I haven't watched a whole. I think I'm going to spectate Strangelove a little bit because never mind, we're getting paused. But I was going to say, I'd like to watch some more Sigma gameplay.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I am still kind of figuring out how the hero plays, how teams are using him, and we've seen quite a bit of him here tonight from Strangelove.
He make people go up and then people go down. That's what he do.
Yeah,
And then he throws rocks at them. How uncivilized.
for real though. I mean, that's just rude. I have.
You should probably
Look at him.
be vamping right now, but
Okay, so I'm really tickled by this that Lucanhast, who is the owner of the lobby right now, the one who got us a pause, has his keybind set up in a way that I guess his pause button and his other some cooldown button is on the same thing. So he has to use cooldowns to pause and wants to restart.
what the hell?
Now entering.
So we're gonna restart.
Initiating match.
Okay, let's try this again.
I suppose let's find out. Oh, yeah, we're just restarting. Might as well.
No problem. We were 10 seconds into the game there, so no harm, no foul in restarting. I'm just looking. It gives me another opportunity to look at my least favorite, thing in all of Overwatch, which is the building that has windows on the outside and no windows on the inside.
All right, no, I don't even want to talk about that building. It makes me angry.
There's a door too. My headcanon is just that this is some like Harry Potter shit. We're in London.
All the Brits are wizards.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the best part. When you look into the room, there's a wall just going through like the middle of the room. It's not even the same. It's not even the same room. Like what?
Hanging there, hanging
The
there,
fish and chips. The fish and chips room magically overlays with the bookstore. How have they not fixed this? It's been like 3.5 years.
Attackers incoming.
Hey, they've been too busy.
Oh God. There's same things with the building across the street.
Oh no.
Yep.
This is a problem.
Yep. Okay. We'll make fun of those.
We'll come
bit.
back
Yeah.
to this.
We'll revisit this hopefully, unless we get here.
Bjorn having to.
Going back to Nepal.
Oh, Strangelove gets hooked in and gets taken down. And now can Bjorn fight this one back? They are trying to do it, but not gonna happen. Great immortality field coming out from Naeun to make sure no one going down for his team.
They're living their best life, but it's really not going to be enough to survive this fight. Javerick is going to get a hook onto Timmy, shut them down, and back spawn with Moira. Okay, now back to the crappy buildings.
Tex just got killed by a Symmetra turret.
Yeah,
20 seconds after the fight ended. So now they're at a disadvantage.
That's not the first time that's happened, sadly.
They're in trouble. They are being pushed back, towards the streets phase of the map with a wall in their way. Gonna try to push back in here, but going to be difficult for Love Shack.
Man,
got the Amp Matrix out, but
they don't really have any good way to get to the point either. Is the issue. That wall, and then the Amp Matrix, and then the Orisa Shield. Like they didn't really have a whole lot of options other than to trickle through and just get melted.
And that's rough. They committed a lot to try to push back in there. The Nano Boost, the Amp Matrix, the whole hog, and they didn't they forced out the Coalescence from Timmy, and that's it.
All right, now let's talk about these buildings. Let's talk about this architecture.
We've got some time here.
So we've got the one building that everyone knows about that's attached to the bookstore, but if you go across the street to Gordon's Positronics, you'll see that there's an entire shop in there that just doesn't exist when you go through the walkway on the other side. That one's not quite as bad. But there's also this other shop over here, Hoof and Haunch, that has a doorway that the door's open, but it doesn't exist on the other side. At least, though, for consistency's sake, that same room is viewable on the other side through the windows, but the door is now facing the other side of the room, so they just mirrored it.
Okay. So while we had that lecture on the architecture of King's Row, Bjorn just continued doing what they're doing and, you know, pushing on forward. They're going to get point B out of this. And they are looking pretty dominant right now.
Freaking Harry Potter buildings.
The
Anyway.
payload has reached the
Yeah, no, the 5 minutes left to capture this last point, although we do see a lot of teams get held here on hybrid, so we'll see if it happens. But I mean, we have seen some pretty ridiculous defenses come through at the very last second from both teams, but who knows, we could see it here.
Tech's gonna get the kill there with the Dragon Strike, and that even trade is going to be pretty good for the defense here, but they're still giving up ground on the payload, looking for another opening here. Tech's trying to find some shots, but not quite getting the angle he needs.
The Hulk pulls a couple enemies into the air. Sigma throws up his shield to just prevent that damage from coming through. A couple ultimates in play though for Love Shack Gaming. We'll see if any of them really make a difference, but you know, the options are there.
Yeah. And for right now, they've gotten a chance to stabilize a little bit, buy themselves a little bit of a chance to breathe here, but still a long way to go. Almost 4 minutes remaining on the clock, so they've got to hold fast for a long time. And Lukenhoff teleporting the team into position for that Blizzard. Going to take down Shavrek in just a second. He goes down, and
this tire finds Lime. You think they probably had to be hoping for a bit more value out of that. Unfortunately, though, you pass right in front of an enemy. You don't really have a choice but to just let it rip.
Yeah, I mean, especially as Lakey goes down in the middle of that tire, they needed a bit more, but still trying to fight this one back. The whole hog out for Javrek, trying to do his best, but there is a Symmetra shield in his way for right now, and the Gravitic Flux in for Strangelove going to help them secure a couple kills here, and it looks like Bjorn gonna be able to finish this map.
Can we talk about how much Symmetra we've seen in the kill feed today, and not on the dying end of it?
Yeah, Lukenhoff has just been a monster on Symmetra.
Switching sides.
It is unreal right now. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, it works really well against the Symmetra or against the Orisa, who's got that static shield. You can build up your charge so quickly against that, and then you're just melting people.
So I have a theory, I'd like to pass on to you.
Okay, I'd like to hear it.
The only reason why Nepal, or you know, whichever map we would have played, counts as win for the previous map is because we don't have assets to add on extra maps. We're just missing art. We're just missing art assets.
You might be onto something.
I feel pretty confident in that prediction, I'll be honest.
Anyway, let's move on to the attack for Love Shack, where they now need to finish this map or it's all over. Bjorn will be your champions. And even if they finish the map, they need to do it with time remaining, realistically, or they're in trouble.
Well, if they finish in overtime, it's over.
That's not over.
Well, no. The best they could. Well, yeah, you're right.
They could tie.
They could
tie and send us to another control map.
Another control map that they have. I don't believe they've taken a single point on either of our control maps. Oh no, they did in the first one. Yeah. Okay. Well, they've taken a point, but they haven't won either.
I don't believe they did. No, I think they lost 2-0 on both of them.
Really? I thought they went 2-1 on the first one.
I don't think we played Night Market. I don't remember. It's been a while now.
Yeah, I know.
It's been a long series.
Yeah. It's been an hour and a half. We already casted another game. To be fair, that one was only 45 minutes. So, but you know, coming back together to cast after like a month of not casting together and just going for 2.5 hours.
I love it.
Yes. Heck yeah. Let's go.
Okay. Love Shack forced back a little bit for the time being. They lost their main tank.
Lakey, goes down. On the Sombra, though, you think they just drop down and get some poke damage. They got their nice little retreat orb in a good spot. Moira found them, though. And then May found their hiding.
Oh, that was so smart. They knew where the translocator was.
That was a
That
yikes.
guy was just in position to capitalize on it, and they do it perfectly there. But Strangelove gonna get hooked in. He's had a little bit of trouble with that so far in this series, and will go down. So an opportunity now for Love Shack to push forward.
I'll be honest, I believe that's what the kids call big brain.
It definitely is, but you know what's better than Big Brain? Big Rockets, Tex.
Tex-Mex. I love me some Tex-Mex, and Tex is just melting some people.
That's exactly what Love Shack needed there. They've got to make good progress. They need to be pretty quick on this attack, so they couldn't afford to waste a lot more time on point A. They will get that payload moving, and now they're doing a good job. They're chasing down these staggered kills. Getting Luke and Haas is a big deal.
Yeah, I believe they had a pretty comparable capture time for the first point. Arissa
Ooh,
very
J-Wreck is
low
in
on
trouble.
health. Arissa is 1, and Sombra has found them and they're dead.
Okay, but still, in the meantime, you know, Bjorn, they probably get a bit overzealous there going for those kills. Lakey going Love Shack get a bit overzealous going for those kills. They're going to get punished for it because now Bjorn retaking control of the cart. They've got the choke in their grasp, and this is going to be trouble for Love Shack.
Yes, they did retake control there a little bit. However, they were pushing the payload the entire time they were, you know, out there beating up on Bjorn. So I would say that they still didn't, you know, mess up too bad. They made some good progress, and they were able to get through that choke relatively quickly. That being said, they are a bit split up right now, which is probably not good for them, although Lakey with the big EMP finds a good number of them. Lukenhaus is going to fall.
Coming up.
Yeah, but they don't really get a ton out of it. They do end up getting both of those damage dealers for the side of Bjorn. So this attack moving pretty well right now. They're just slowly pushing back the members of the defense who are caught up by that halt, getting pelted by rockets. They're doing a good job to stay up right now, but they cannot afford to lose members before these reinforcements get here.
Very true. But here's the thing, though. They're not getting, you know, like 6 kills at once. They're, you know, kind of staggering it, so that definitely is going to help them with the respawn. You know, assuming the fight is still going, and we see the enemy team just try and trickle in, which doesn't seem to be happening. They were able to get a couple big kills. Tex does find Strangelove, and Weeblue finds Lukenhaus, but in cases of getting trades, it's really better to be the defenders.
Certainly, and you know, Tex tried to go for that barrage there, but gets shut down about as quick as I think I've ever seen out of Afara getting taken out. Magi just right there with the icicle to take him out of the sky. So that's one ult that Love Shack not gonna have as they push here once again, trying to get point B. They need to do it quickly, but Lakey gets caught out.
Yeah, I mean, when you're diva checking for a Sombra, that can happen sometimes. It's unfortunate, but that's the price of paying.
I mean, and that's just such a smart swap from Strangelove, knowing that the Sombra is in play, gets off that Sigma, wants to have an ability to do that spy checking like you talked about with Tex, getting the early pick here onto Timmy. That's so much of the healing gone for Bjorn.
Tex and Lakey, the Sombra and Farah is such a strong DPS combo. We'll see if Lukenhaus can get anything with this Deadeye. He's got 3 people lined up. No, gonna have to break line of sight ever so slightly. Not going to be able to get any value out of it.
Okay, and point B going to be coming through here for Love Shack. They're gonna have to be very quick pushing in through the final section of the map, but they are getting some nice stagger kills here. Lukenhaus taken down thanks to the hook. They get Magi as well, and the barrage in over the top gets the nano boost. Doesn't find any kills, but forces out the sound barrier.
And Belt comes out from Nan. We'll see if they are. Oh, it looked like they were thinking res onto Sombra, who's just going to run back. They have that EMP. That could end this map potentially. They're very far into it now, and they haven't really stopped moving.
Yeah, Bjorn tried to fight that one even after losing a couple members. The sound barrier, probably a bit of an overcommitment. There's the EMP. Hits 4.
But
where are the kills?
Well, there's a kill, but it's a trade. You don't want that. Lime now going in there, getting some kills themselves. Weebu and Nayan, though, just runs in off of that Bionade and just shuts people down. Got to get out of the way of that Diva Bomb, though. Will get the bongo drums, but not really a terrible loss. They were pretty close to the end of their life anyway. Now the kills, though, coming in for Bjorn Academy. We got a baby Diva on the loose.
That was dangerous for Love Shack, or
Baby
for
Diva
Bjorn
with
there.
the kill onto Jay.
Fantastic. Love to see it, and he's going to be able to get his mech back before the next fight really kicks off. Excellent job from Love Shack, or from Bjorn, to stabilize there on the defense. We're down to about a minute remaining, minute 15 here. One more solid defense, one more really strong hold for Bjorn, and we could be looking at an overtime finish.
Yeah, very true. But Lucanos falling early to a hook, and then the punch is not a good way to start off your defense. That being said, respawn advantage. Already alive, almost back into the fight, has the dead eyes. Probably, I imagine, just gonna let it rip as soon as he walks into the open. He is! I'm smart! Big brain move. No big brain kills, though. Tex finds 2, and the bongos. Hydraz knocks Weebu off the map, though. And now Lucanhaus attempts to go for the Mercy. He gets taken out by Tex. It looks like they might actually be able to do this, although with very little time remaining if it does happen.
Yeah, that biotic grenade was huge there. Gets the kill onto Strangel's Max and the Lucio as well. But that Blizzard on the point from Magi is giving Bjorn a chance to keep this one going. They need to stall for 20 more seconds, and this map could be theirs, but they've got to do it pretty quickly here.
Yeah, they're okay, I was gonna say they aren't getting the kills, but Strangelove taking out Lakey is a good start. And you know, any type of trading as the defenders this close to the point is good for you. Like, it's like, oh, we traded 1 for 2, that's fine. We're fine with that because we're gonna be right back in. Strangelove already has their Diva Bomb back up. It's gonna force people off the point. The best that can happen now for Love Shack is a draw, and they need that draw to stay in this.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to happen. Bjorn doing everything they can to shut this down. It's a 2-on-2 on the cart, but those defensive spawns so much closer.
Snipe! Maggie, what the hell was that? From out of nowhere, a big snipe coming through from Widowmaker takes out Junkrat as they're about to get their Riptire. That probably would have ended the map, but no. And in the end, Bjorn pulls it out.
Play of the game.
They get the stop when it counts there, and they take the win on Kings Row. They are your Division 2 champions. Excellent showing all night here from Bjorn. Such a resilient team. Really impressed me with their flexibility, especially on the DPS side of things. We saw so many picks from Lucanhaus, the Symmetra, the Hanzo, the Widowmaker. It was just a masterclass in how to play all of these meta DPS.
You know, I wanted to use my easy button. I only got to use it twice tonight, but
I think it would be disingenuous to use it right now.
It would be disingenuous. Both teams played a hell of a match. Easily one of the top 5 games I've ever casted.
Yeah, that was fantastic. That was what a way to end the season here in Division 2. But we're not quite done with the season here at Revolution Esports. This was the Division 2 finals, and tomorrow night we'll be back with both the Division 1 semifinals and the grand finals as well. So, you know, we've still got a little bit more Overwatch left in the season before we're done here.
Yeah, and let's give it up to our team of hosts and all the people who produced tonight, Shape and Milk. It was a great time, and also let's also take a moment to consider the fact that in the middle of the season we changed
organizations.
All the teams did, and I think all the teams made it over. So, you know, that's a heck of an accomplishment. You'd think that would probably most leagues, I imagine, that probably would have been